hit the like button.
You know, I was just thinking about how much Kendrick content has been on my channel lately, and if you've been listening to the show for a while, or if you've taken the couple of seconds it would take to scroll back through my catalog, you would know that I've done many podcasts that have nothing to do with Kendrick. So I think I'm actually going to dial back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm unsubscribing.
Wait, I mean, I'm going to finish the To Pimp a Butterfly breakdown because I've already started that, and I definitely want to finish it. It truly is one of my 3 favorite albums of all time. But unless there's actually some new Kendrick music, I think I'm just going to chill out for a little bit and just go back to posting whatever I want whenever I feel like it.
But Kendrick just dropped a new song.
Oh. Okay, fine.
Derapy.
I always try to get a vibe of what a song's going to sound like, especially when the instrumental comes in before we actually get to the lyrics. And this just sounds like so haunting, but it's also kind of beautiful. I like the simplistic vibe of it. So yeah, we're going to listen to it together. I'm going to see if I can break down some of the lyrics, and hope you all enjoy the show. The boogeyman's back.
I think it's time to watch the party die. The shit that got too wicked to apologize. It's different, get them whacked and disqualified. We even kill the killers cause they like taking innocent lives. Burn a whole village, we start over. It's really that time. Why reason with these niggas if they can't see the future first? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Just walk that man down, that'll do everyone a solid. It's love, but tough love sometimes gotta result in violence.
The easy thing to do would be to frame this as just a Drake diss, which, you know, it's not dissing Drake, but that's definitely not like the entire intention of the track. As somebody that's heard the song multiple times now, I can tell you that's definitely not the main point. Watching the party die does definitely reference Drake. Not Like Us was certainly the party of all parties between the song, the video, the pop-out show. Saying things have gotten too wicked to apologize is definitely the understatement of the century. Like, you told the man that he should die and meet the Grams.
Die!
Yeah, I think we're far past apologies at this point. Burning a village and starting over could refer to OVO, but I also think that it's referencing the rap game more broadly. We'll talk about that more later. Arguing with clowns if the circus is well at work. That is 1,000% a direct response to Drake's lines in The Heart Part 6. Drake saying his team is giving Kendrick information and then telling Kendrick that he also got his information from clowns. Like, that is obviously a direct mention. Walking the man down and doing everyone a solid is basically saying he's responsible for Drake's reputational downfall, theoretically doing the work that The Weeknd, A$AP Rocky, Rick Ross, Metro, and others were setting out to do. But let's continue. There's a lot more here.
Violence. If you parading gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the graveyard is company. Just tell us what casket to choose. They party more than bitches. Tell me, what are you working for? They glorify scamming. You get chipped over this credit card. Influencers talk down cause I'm not with the basic shit. But they don't hate me. They hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never dick ride cause I want a favor. The man that resides in patience. So where the soldiers at? The ones that lost it all and learned to learn from that. A thirst for life. Head inside the book cause he concerned with that information that'll change his life because he yearns for that dedication, finding out what's right cause he can earn from that. I feel for the women that deal with the clown and nerd shit. Can't blame them. Today they ain't really got much to work with. How many bitches harder than a lot of you niggas will trade all of y'all for nip? I can't be proud of you niggas.
Bro said he would trade all of y'all for nip. That's crazy.
Rest in peace.
The easy thing to do would be to talk about how some people make music that electrifies you and others make music that pacifies you. But I feel like what's deeper in this line is the simple fact that a lot of rappers and music artists in general are obsessed with the idea of just parading around and showing you how much money they've made because of the support that you've given them, which has always been kind of crazy to me. I've always kind of recognized it as like a little bit odd, but I also just kind of chalked it up to like, well, I guess this is the way things are. Like, I like this artist. They're very successful. Yeah, they're flexing on me, but, you know, they won. That's kind of just the way that it works. But parading in gluttony without giving truth to the youth, I feel like it is, I don't want to say it's necessarily your responsibility to teach people how to acquire wealth or anything like that, but I think people should just generally try and be more vulnerable in their music instead of just simply flexing on their audience. Like, I see this with not just music artists, but also like YouTubers even, showing you how much they're spending on watches and cars and homes to the people that are helping you like get these things. It's just very, very strange to me. I can assure you that regardless of where this podcasting / YouTube endeavor of mine goes, I am not going to be parading in gluttony. They party more than bitches. Tell me, what are you working for? It does feel like Kendrick is kind of coming from a place of what I've achieved is now ultimately helping me support my family, and the rest of you guys are kind of just like throwing down in clubs, constantly trying to prove who has the most, and it's kind of pathetic. Tyler, the Creator, also talks about this in his song Stuntman, which I highly recommend you listen to. It's on the estate sale, but this isn't about Tyler, the Creator, even though he is my favorite artist.
Hey, yo.
But when Kendrick says they don't hate me, they hate the man that I represent, I feel like throughout the beef, a lot of people were hating on Kendrick, not because of even the type of art that he puts out, but because of the type of life that he leads. A lot of the rebuttals from Drake fans were like, yeah, I can't, yeah, you guys are really excited now, but then he's going to disappear for a really long time, as if that's like a bad thing. Like, the guy's working on stuff, and then when he finishes the stuff, he shares it with you, and then he leaves. I think a lot of people have, a lot of artists and a lot of entertainers have given people the impression that you are entitled to a lot more access to them than you actually are. Thank God I haven't reached a level where people feel like they need that access from me. But yeah, I feel like a lot of this song is just trying to reset kind of the norm for what the relationship should be between artist and consumer. When he said the type of man that never dick ride because I need a favor, I feel like that's about DJ Academics. The man that resides in patience, so where the soldier's at, I do feel like he's definitely talking about himself here. Like, the man that resides in patience. Like, you guys should just be chill with whatever timeline people are on. I wish that other artists, entertainers in general, could understand that, like, people are generally going to wait on you. It's really about quality over quantity. That's just my opinion. But yeah, let's get into this chorus, because I feel like the chorus really gives an insight into his mentality when making the song, picking the beat, which is wonderful, by the way. I like how in the second half of this verse, the instrumental kind of rises from the background into like something that is clearly meant to like enlighten you in a sense. It's pretty cool.
God, give me life. Dear God, please give me peace. Dear God, please keep these lame niggas away from me. Dear God, keep me shining. The fuck do they really think? Pocket watching, you must be the police. God bless these words. Dear God, bless how I think. Dear God, draw the line. They trying to confuse them with me. Dear God, please forgive me. You knowing how hard I tried. I think it's time for me to watch the party die. Get them gone, we go watch the party die. Send them home, we go watch the party die.
Kendrick the type of guy to pray to God to keep the lames away. I also do think the pocket watching is out of control. Like, the amount of people that I saw throughout the beef trying to compare artists based off of how much money they're making. Just like, well, he has to give 50% of his stuff to the other guy. Well, Drake, actually, he signed to a guy that signed to a guy, so he signed to a guy. So every time, so imagine there's a pie, and then you cut the pie in half, and then you give half the pie to this guy. And then you take that half of the pie, and then you cut that pie in half, and then, like, what are we doing? Like stop it. It's all ridiculous. You do sound like the feds, okay? You sound like the IRS. Where's all the money coming from? How much are you making? Where's it all going? Stop it.
Stop it.
Get some help.
Get some help.
Also, asking God for forgiveness after you murk somebody's career is pretty funny. It's like, but, you know, Kendrick did say once upon a time in 616 in LA. Hold on.
This man's almost 30. He's got a Bachelor of Science and a wife, bro.
God, my confession is yours. Who am I if I don't go to war? We're clearly talking about a spiritual man here, all right? This man is a devout Christian. I also think that Kendrick probably shows a little bit of regret for how he might have portrayed himself as a rapper once upon a time, because he also says, dear God, draw the line. They're trying to confuse him with me, which I think he's basically saying, like, please don't lump me in with all of these other rappers. They are not like me. Or rather, they're not like it.
All right, here's the second verse.
I think it's time to watch the party die. Street niggas and the corporate guys, the rappers that report the lies. I need their families mortified. We can do life without them, get their bodies organized. Tell me if you oblige. No more pillow talking, jump starting neighborhood wars. Dirty macking bitches because your spirit is insecure. The flashy nigga with nasty decisions, using money as a backbone. I want his head cracked before he's back home. The radio personality pushing propaganda for salary. Let me know when they turn up as a casualty. I want agony, assault and battery. I see a Let's kill the followers that follow up on popping mollies from the obvious degenerates that's failing to acknowledge the hope that we trying to spread. If I'm not his vote, then you need to bring his fucking head or film that shit in high res.
When Kendrick talks about street niggas and corporate guys, the rappers that report the lies, I think he's definitely referring to dudes that are known more for podcasting and internet content than anything else. Now that I make content, and some of it has some to do with hip-hop and rap, people send me links and clips, and half of them come from people like Joe Budden. I'm like, this is a news source now? I thought he rapped. People like DJ Hackademics are basically just Drake's PR team. When Dot says, I need they families mortified, he's saying big names like these, especially the ones that are involved in pushing propaganda, they need their exploits exposed to the point it brings shame on their families just to get them to stop. You hear that? Kendrick is pro-snitching. This is a joke. No more pillow talking. Jump starting neighborhood wars is unintentionally very funny, in my opinion. There's a theory that OVO 40 was like pillow talking with this chick, which is how Pusha T found out that Drake had a child, which started like a whole thing. DJ Academics also claimed that Metro was like pillow talking with this woman about like how much he hates Drake, which is really kind of funny to imagine. But the fact that famous rappers and producers are like sharing all these intimate details with broads that they claim not to care about in their songs is pretty crazy. Dirty Mackin, by the way, refers to getting with women who are in relationships. And I honestly think that this should, like if it doesn't already, extend to like smashing other dudes' girls that they like used to be with, just so they could rap about it. That happens way too often. I'm sick of it. Also, I agree with Kendrick. It's all really ridiculous when you think about it. My brother and I used to talk about this a lot. We would, every time we hear a rap song and they're talking about like, yo, it's Mr. Serial Girl, I'm gonna take your girl, she's mine now, I can have her whenever I want to, blah, blah, blah. It's like, when you really think about it, what's up with that? Like, rappers don't think this through at all. Like, sometimes I just think about like when I'm driving my girl to like go bowl together, it's like Drake or Future or Chris Brown or whoever, like they want me to know that at any time like they could pull up to my local alley, I don't know, like bowl perfect game and take my girl, like rizz her up. Like what are we talking about? Like, why does the average person need to know that you think you could take their girl? Like what is this? Women are like,
oh boy, here we go.
Don't get me started, okay? Women might actually like have their own ambitions and prospects in life that don't involve just being like taken and swapped out and basically called property by a lot of rap music. They're just like, I could take her. I got her from the hood. I'll give her back there. I'll drop her back off. What are we talking about? Radio personality pushing propaganda for salary is obviously a direct Derapy diss. Kendrick, you will be hearing from us. We do not take these attacks lightly.
We're coming for you.
Kendrick diss dropping soon.
Rappers love bragging about drugs that they do also, and they are legitimately probably responsible for so many deaths they don't even know. Doing drugs,
Excessive amounts.
believe it or not, actually not that cool.
Not cool.
Rest in peace, Mac Miller and Juice WRLD. Yeah, it's time to watch the party die. Let's skip the chorus and hit the third verse here.
Sometimes I wonder what Lecrae would do. Fuck these niggas up or show them just what prayer do. I wanna be empathetic, my heart like D1, but I will.
Yo,
What is this, like the censored version?
what the... If you think you have any idea or theory as to what Kendrick was doing there when the song just cut out like that, please leave a comment telling me what you think Kendrick was saying. You know what's so funny? As a Reform Drake fan, I happen to know this off the top of my head. At the beginning of Drake's album Scorpion in 2018, the song Survival, which kicked off the album, Drake has this moment in the song where he's like, I was about to... Man, I thought about it. It's unsettling to talk about it. I don't know if that's a throwback to that song because Kendrick also said it's survival and that song's called Survival. I don't know. It could be a reference to that. I have no idea. Let me know what your theory is. Also, I like how the beginning of this verse has a reference to two of the biggest names in Christian hip hop, Lecrae and D1. He says, sometimes I wonder what Lecrae would do. And then he says, I want to be empathetic, my heart like D1. And apparently both of them have this friendship with Kendrick, and Kendrick also made a cameo appearance in a music video of theirs in 2012. So they go way back. Apparently, Lecrae weighed in on the beef between Kendrick and Drake. This is according to Genius in a 2024 interview, so this is just a little while ago. And they said, ghostwriters aside, he's a great rapper. But Drake is a fan of the culture. Kendrick is a product of the culture. It's a difference. That's a bar. I'm so glad that I just found out about that today. But yeah, shout out to Lecrae.
And D1.
It's time to get these devils out the way. Heavy metals on my sword, we settle hard disputes today. The ghetto Hollywood divorce, say hello to your future fate. The culture bred with carnivores, you let them snack, they eat your face. The signatures is being forged. They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop. The more visible you get, the more your spiritual is tried. It's cynical to say I know these artists petrified. The end result in jail by Jezebel, a drugged up full of lies. Critical, I know my physical is tested all the time. I'm pitiful, sunk in place soon as I'm questioning my pride. I'm seeing ghosts, blacking out, relapsing one thought at a time. I spare no feelings that ain't mine. I'm in my feelings when I slide.
The flow here is beautiful.
I think a lot of really nice things are happening here, even though I don't think Kendrick is taking this time to directly diss Drake anymore. I think he's taking a lot of things that happen in the beef and kind of using them to explain like his greater outlook on the state of rap in the culture. He says, I spare no feelings that ain't mine. I'm in my feelings when I slide. I feel like Kendrick, when he's dropping music, it's only because he's actually passionate about it, which is why a lot of times, at least in my opinion, every verse that I've heard from Kendrick this year, it sounds like he's rapping like it's the last time you're ever going to hear him. Like he's taking it extremely seriously. I feel like there was a time earlier in his career, and some rappers spend the majority of their career doing this, where they aren't putting like a lot of heart and a lot of passion into their songs. Kendrick's talking about, I'm seeing ghosts, I'm blacking out, relapsing one thought at a time. I'm pitiful, sunken place, soon as I'm questioning my pride. If you've seen the movie Get Out, you know what the sunken place looks like, what they try to convey it feels like. And Kendrick is basically saying that the moment he starts questioning his pride, losing confidence in his ability, or questioning what makes his art valuable, he basically feels like that's equivalent to the sunken place. He also talks about they wonder why I'm not enthused to drop. The more visible you get, the more your spiritual is tried. That is true. The more you put out, the more you endeavor towards, the more the spotlight, the magnifying glass is going to be on you. And Kendrick has talked openly about how like he's not super into fame. He even told Drake during the beef, only you like being famous. I think Kendrick is pretty comfortable with the life that he's living right now, and he's only really trying to pop out when he feels something in his spirit, like when he really feels like he needs to share a message. Say hello to your future fate, the culture bred with carnivores. I think he's talking about culture vultures, people that are basically infiltrating the rap game for selfish reasons that don't have anything to do with uplifting the culture.
Jesus.
He also talks about like the signature being forged. I think he's talking about like when certain rappers co-sign other rappers, like they aren't actually doing it to benefit from them. They're actually just trying to take advantage of them, whether it be like a male rapper trying to take advantage of a female rapper for any number of reasons that aren't always about music, or if it's just one rapper taking advantage of another rapper, basically taking their style or riding their trend, doing whatever it takes in order for them to stay relevant. We won't say names. But yeah, here's the rest of the track.
A nigga wonder what Lecrae would do. Terrace Martin said I'm mentally with layers, true. I flood the market with my best regards, I paid your dues. And so what's up if you ain't one of ours, it's bad news. My nigga Jay Estrada said I gotta burn it down to build it up. That confirmation real as fuck, it ain't too many real as us. Locking into what I trust, looking outside, the kids live tomorrow. Cause today the party just
Kendrick references Terrace Martin, who he's known for a very long time. I know he worked with Kendrick on To Pimp a Butterfly. Genius says they actually go as far back as the Section 80 days, so he's a real day one. He also mentions Jay Estrada, which according to Genius, Kendrick follows this guy on Twitter. He's also a Christian himself, and he has like 2,000 followers. Probably not for long. But I think Kendrick referencing these people, as well as Lecrae and D1, he kind of does this to illustrate who the real ones are to him. The people that inspire and encourage him to be the best version of himself as a man, as an artist. You know, some people say you are who your friends are. Kendrick claims to be surrounded by, you know, real ones, God-fearing people. Meanwhile, Baca, Drake's pal, who allegedly has a weird case, I've been told, and also who many have wondered why he's around. He's come out to publicly comment on Kendrick's Instagram post releasing this track, and he says it's trash. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, that guy probably knows music. So yeah, Kendrick wants the culture to stop pushing excessive drug use, abuse of women, culture vultures, reckless media discourse, and Bach is like, nah, dude, that shit sucks. All that stuff you talked about, very cool. Actually, I think we should continue. Anyways, I really enjoy the song. I'm feeling like a strong 8 to a light 9, something like that.
Ocho.
The beat is wonderful. The lyrics are introspective and potent. The hook is a prayer to end the party and keep the lames away. Can't disagree. Timing is also crazy. Dropped it on 9/11 and the night after the two party leaders debated in the United States. Very interesting. I'm personally saying that we should burn that shit and start over too, but
they're eating the dogs.
anyways, comment what you think was in that blank space earlier in the song, and also why you think Baca is still around. Please
Like the video.
also, if you want to consider supporting the channel, the best way you can do it is by becoming a member. It's literally $1. You get access to exclusive pool. What? You get access to exclusive posts. You get to join the members only Discord. That's all I got for you today. Love you. Mean it. Enjoy the outro.
Only live twice, how you do that? Gotta wear like 2 caps. Come home, they like, who that? It's that dude who do raps. But this ain't no Taco Bell. Quiero some respect now. You know how I get down. Bust down on my wrist now. Oh, wow, he a liar. One day I'll get flyer. Situation dire. Sometimes think I'm drowning. I like to go higher. First need to be higher. Check my skills and accolades. Don't you think I deserve pay? I've been going super sane. All I'm missing yellow hair. Idolized breezy as a child. Then I grown up. Still waiting to glow up. But at least I show up. Make a buck by showing off. Haters, man, I blow them off. Shrug my shoulders, moving boulders mentally like Mewtwo. They like, who knew he'd be cutting up like 2-year-olds in timeout when you tell them that it's time now to just chill out and just lie down. But they stressing you while blessing you, cause children are a gift. But I can wait for that, can't pay for that. I'm taking one day at a time, perfect the craft and keep it tight. Cannot waste a second if you wanna be the best. And I'll be snapping like Cortez or something. Going Kanye West or something. Reputation to protect. If you look at that crazy, then I'm going for your neck. I'm a lion on the prowl. I be fibbing and a threat. My bro saying they forget. And they're just reminding me, you better keep an eye on me. I swear y'all so behind on me. 2046 flow. You know how this shit go. Waiting on the money like I'm beating up. I'm already